Video I wanted to do, because I'm thinking that a lot of the students are not utilizing one of the powers that they have in form of a data processing software called statcrunch. Now, statcrunch is available to all students in this course as a part of the offering with the course. So you may see some videos that suggest that you have to pay 12 bucks for 6 months, which even if you had to, it would have been worth it, but you guys don't have to. It's free and it's in the classroom. If you are in my stats lab, you have to just click on the statcrunch toolbar on the left. But really, what is statcrunch, and how is it going to be helpful? Essentially, it allows you to do a four-step process, which you can do in Excel and you can do manually, but this is like driving a car to work as opposed to riding a tricycle or a bicycle. It gets you the same place more efficiently, so there's no reason why you wouldn't want to use it. They are basically what I describe as four steps to utilizing statcrunch. You essentially are going to have to do an input. You're going to have to bring the data into statcrunch, and there are several ways to do that. You can type it manually, and what that would involve is, like you do with Excel, you literally click on the cell and you type the numbers. So if it's 25 and then it's 20 or whatever it's going to be, you can literally type the data like that. Another way you can do is hit on data, and you can do load data from file, or you can paste, or you can do from data shared. You have several options here, and it's pretty descriptive, so feel free to fool around with it to learn stuff. You're never gonna break it. So let's try and load something from the computer. Takes you to the screen, you choose your file, and as you do with any other file you're uploading, you click on it. It allows you lots of stuff good for presentation, where you can label it and all that good stuff, but we're not going to get into that. I just want you to get a sense of what it does. It's loading the data. So this is the data from an Excel file that exists on my computer. Let's say these cars had a rating, and these were categorical variables, like the ones that are being entered here. You're collecting this data somewhere, and we're saying that the Toyota Corolla is a C and the Prius is a C. So you have this set of data. Now what can you do with this set of data? The first of four steps, let me get back to that, is input, which is what we've just done. So you have inputted the data into statcrunch. The next step is to decide on the processing that you are interested in, and these tabs here, these icons, if you want to call it, this toolbar here is what allows you to tell statcrunch what you want to do. Stats allows you to do statistical calculation, manipulating of data, and graph allows you to ask statcrunch to generate graphical outputs of data. So in this case, once you've done that based on what you are interested in doing, and I'm gonna do it so I can show you. Let's say we wanted to look at creating a pie chart. We have pie chart with the data, and then it's gonna ask you for where is the data. It's not gonna just grab anything randomly. Let's say we want to plot the grade, which is variable 4. You click on that, and then you hit compute, and voila, it spits out your pie chart. And that's the basic. Other videos that are to follow will go into more complex ways of doing things. let's say you wanted to look at this set of data for the owner and the mileage on those vehicles. You would hit stats. Let's do a summary statistics for columns, and we want it to operate on the column of owners, and then we hit compute. It generates the statistical summary, which involves, for the column of owners, it counts, which is n. It calculates the mean, it calculates the variance, the standard deviation, standard error, median, and so forth. So essentially, the 4 steps, just to summarize, once you have statcrunch open, you have to get the data into statcrunch, which is the input. You can either type or you can import it. If you hit on data, it allows you to load the data from wherever your source is. Then you will tell statcrunch what type of processing do you want. And for many of the topics we're doing, you will see a list here that will relate to the very simple to the more complex topic as the course advances. And you wanna utilize this because it's making calculations a lot easier. I think a lot of students are utilizing Excel, which is great. If you've mastered that, then it's fine. If you want to try and learn this, then this is an option too. And I'm not gonna say which is easier, because again, it's dependent on your history and stuff like that. So this is just an option that I wanted to make sure people were utilizing. So the second step that we're talking about is deciding what statcrunch is gonna process for you, and in this case it's processing statistical summary using the columns. And once you decide what you're processing, you will have to tell statcrunch where the data is. Typically you're choosing columns, rows, and then the others will make more sense based on the topic that you're doing. So don't worry if you're seeing things you don't understand. Once you're seeing what you understand, then you can dive into that. For graphs, you have all the types of graphs that are listed here, and the software is smart enough where if you are doing something that requires a pair of data, it will force you to enter a pair of data set as opposed to just one set. So don't worry about that too much. If the application you're using may require just one set of data or one column, and the software will know that. Once you've done that, then you just literally hit compute and it spits out the information for you. So that's a basic introduction to what statcrunch is. Feel free to fool around with it. It's gonna definitely be useful as you get deeper in this course. Okay, thank you.